I love the MacBook.
Gotta love this. Louis C.K. in studio. Very nice. Promoting the Borgata. He doesn't have to promote that. That thing's going to be sold out. It's April 23rd. For tickets, go to Borgata.com. April 23rd, Louis C.K.
Yes, sir.
We got Donald Rumsfeld calling in today.
I know. I'm really excited about it.
Are you?
I'm really excited.
You a big Rummy fan?
Oh, God. I'm just so excited that we're going to actually be speaking to this guy. It just feels like a very rare opportunity.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
A rare opportunity is one way to put it.
Oh.
Well, he's got a new book out.
Inner circle. This is the guy. This is the guy. You
look at some of the pictures in there. You see him during the Cold War, during Vietnam. This guy was in all of this stuff.
No, he knows actually what's going on.
Exactly.
He actually knows.
Can you imagine what he knows that he'll never tell anyone?
Oh, my God.
Because this book is a waste of time because he knows real stuff that he'll never write about.
It's just his memoir.
The shit he's taking to his grave.
But on his deathbed, he goes. He should just release it and go, here you go. This is what I really know.
There are aliens at Roswell.
Right.
Yes.
We did kill Kennedy.
There's an interview with Jimmy Carter. I don't remember who did it, but somebody who asked him, is there, when you become president, do they sit you down and tell you, here's what's really going on?
The deal.
Aliens and all kinds of stuff. And then did you carry that to your grave? And he said, yep.
He just said, yup.
He said, yep, like blanket, yes.
Yup.
And they said, well, what are the things? He says, I'm not ever going to tell anybody. But yeah, they tell you some things that will really surprise you.
Wow.
And they also scare you to the point where you're not even going to release it on your deathbed because you know they're going to probably take out your entire family or something, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you got to be you got to be a loner that knows all this stuff.
And this is one of those guys. I mean, he's one of the guys who tells. He's not one of the people who gets told that.
No.
I absolutely
He tells the people.
That.
Yes, he is the teller of the story.
Teller of the crazy things.
Yeah, come on in here. I got something to tell you.
Oh,
and then it's just.
I never missed a single press conference of this guy.
No,
weren't they fantastic?
Unmute the TV. Rummy's on.
I loved the Rumsfeld press conferences. Were the best. He could deflect questions like a superhero with fucking with bracers on his arms.
No, that really is. That is like you're defending. Like you're on the cutting edge of the world's everything, and you're fixing your tie and just standing there fixing your tie and going,
fixing
no, I ain't telling you that. Oh, the balls.
I will move on. Bob. What's your question? Knows the name of all the reporters.
So defiant.
Knows their family. Knows where they live.
Knows their credit history.
Knows if they're going to be audited.
Right. Knows how much they owe on their house.
Rummy.
Is there anything in particular you want to talk to him about or ask him?
I'm sure somebody from his camp is listening.
Yeah, man. I don't even know why we're talking to this guy. Why are we taking a chance like this?
A chance?
We're not going to get anything out of him, and it's just going to make our lives miserable.
No, I'm excited to talk to Mr. Rumsfeld.
Yes. Donald Rumsfeld, you see the picture on the back?
He's still looking good. He, by the way, he ain't done.
No.
Next Republican president is going to bring him back.
He'll be right back in.
Right?
He'll be right back in. You see the picture on the back of the book? Like that is the look of a guy that was during the Cold War that just knew everything.
How close we really were to the world blowing up.
To the bomb actually going.
Yep.
He was standing in the room while people's fingers were on buttons to launch missiles going, well, here it is. All right, stand down.
He knows what had to happen and not there be those wars.
Right.
He's got to be pushing.
But then on the front, he says, yeah, but I just put on a polar fleece and stand on my porch. That's all.
That's it.
The casual shot.
You throw this polar fleece on. Take a picture for the cover.
Yeah, he's looking good.
With his sensible jeans.
That's what. Yeah, Sarah Palin has a polar fleece on her cover, too.
Really? Is that the look?
That's the new thing. It's like,
something.
but I got a polar fleece on.
You look like
Would I ever do to anybody?
Right. Look at me.
Can't hurt a fly.
Come on.
All right, well, we got that happening. What time?
He has things to ask him.
In about an hour.
I'd like to ask him about some of the situations that are going on now in the Middle East when he's not involved, and if he, how maybe he would like to see a president handle things, and does he feel left out?
Yesterday, when
when you were on the phone, you think he's on the phone with Gaddafi? he's got a bunch of phones in his house. Gaddafi,
right?
Fucking
right.
Ahmadinejad is in the other line. All right, we're taking a call from fucking.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What do you think of the revolution going on out there, Louis? Any thoughts on the whole Egypt, Libya, Yemen, Tunisia?
That's pretty exciting that people are pouring out on the streets of countries like that, and then guys are having to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, Gaddafi's crazy. He was the guy. He used to come to New York and go to Studio 54 and do coke. He did. He used to fly into New York.
That's fantastic.
He used to be in like the New York Post once in a while. Gaddafi was at Studio 54 last night. Like, he was one of those guys. He would have been on Nowadays, he would have been on TMZ.
TMZ, yeah.
And he doesn't come here anymore, but he used to. No, he's just a guy who gets, much pussy and gets high, and so that was in the 80s.
Yeah.
So he's just been in like a deep, rich guy crazy freeze. Fucking hookers that get killed the next day.
Yeah.
That kind of.
Without an inkling of ever being thrown out either.
No, now he's like, what?
Perked up out of nowhere.
Yeah. There's give me an umbrella. I'll tell them. He's completely lost.
He's
his
obsessed
mind.
with that umbrella, man.
He loves the umbrella.
What's that about?
Keeps sun off of him?
I don't know. But he's got the skin. He can handle a little sun.
I don't know. Didn't a comic once do a whole bit on him too? It's like he's the head of the place 40 years. He's been ahead of this. Why is he still just a colonel? Like somebody done something. You can make yourself General Gaddafi.
Right.
Why does he insist on just? He's been a colonel for 40 years.
He's
That's
honest.
a great point.
He hasn't.
He really hasn't really done anything.
Well, he just
to merit.
No, not militarily speaking.
How does it end? Suicide or the people take him out?
Well, his rhetoric is quite.
They said he can't go anywhere.
He doesn't really have any country that
no
care
one
to
wants
take him anymore.
No. And a lot of Libya now is all divided. I mean,
well, it's funny that Egypt's that guy being overthrown. Notice I went and then quit on knowing what the fucking name is.
He's yesterday's
I think
news.
that it's totally. Yeah, nobody gives a shit that Egypt's government doesn't exist now.
Yeah, there isn't one.
Well, they're mad though already.
They're getting mad already. That
They're going to
nobody
protest again because they're mad at what the
I don't think
cabinet or something.
I don't
set
think
up.
they want the military in charge until September.
Yeah, that's not usually a good result of a revolution.
Is to have the military in charge. It's like, we'll take care of it.
They never had a guy though.
Yeah.
Usually you have a guy standing by ready to take over.
That's kind of great, though, to me. There wasn't a guy.
Right, of
It was
course.
really just the populace.
Right.
We don't like you.
That didn't want it anymore. And actually, they went about it the right way, is that they're nonviolent, basically. They didn't do anything. And so they gave every world leader a platform to say, you got to
gang rape a white woman.
do something.
It's about their only violence.
Well, that goes on all day in Egypt.
They pinched her really
that's
hard.
not a big deal.
Pinched her really hard.
The reports are coming in that she got pinched really
and maybe
hard.
her nipple got pinched.
Maybe,
Something
no,
like
definitely. The sensitive areas, they said, got pinched really hard, and she got beat with flagpoles.
They were calling her
you're talking about something real.
Lara Logan.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
The white
It's
reporter.
like, you guys are really getting creative with this weird idea.
No, the white reporter they decided would be just fine in the square with a little security, meaning the camera guy that might have
pinched.
Might have taken a karate
pinched?
class once.
She got
pinched
really hard.
Beaten with
all the details.
Beaten with those flags they were carrying around, the flagpoles.
Sexually assaulted.
Pissed on.
She got pinched where?
Bitten on her
said
nipples.
in sensual areas.
In sensitive areas.
sensitive areas.
Yeah.
Sensual areas.
Sensual.
Sorry.
Pinched in sensual areas.
Sensual.
In sensitive areas. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but what the
some hard nipple tweaks.
Yeah.
And, I don't know.
And then they were saying maybe some rape.
Maybe
Went
some
on.
maybe
a
some
little
rape.
rape. Maybe a
Maybe
little
some
rape. Just a little rape.
and
went on.
flagpoles.
And flagpoles and
You
beatings.
can only imagine what
They
happened.
were
with
yelling
flagpoles.
Jew, 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 even though she wasn't Jewish.
Right,
They were
got a
just
little
yelling.
confused.
They love yelling Jew when they're beating people over there.
Yeah.
But now some of these other countries like Libya, they think, all right, it worked there. Now let's give it a try here,
Sure.
and we'll make him leave. He's not leaving. He's bombing and shooting his people. So that's a little different take on this whole thing.
Yeah, he's actually strafing the crowds with jets.
Yeah, he's taking jet
Isn't that
fighters.
wonderful?
and bombing and strafing them.
But a bunch of them, I guess, won't shoot.
Well, they're horrified. A couple went to Malta, wasn't it?
Yeah, a couple
And then a
defected.
couple said, you know what? I don't even need this plane anymore. And they just ejected and said, fuck this.
Pulled a Maverick.
Right.
Said, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
No, I remember that in the first war with Iraq, whichever one that was, I don't remember.
Yeah, whenever that
First,
was.
you can ask Rummy.
Rumsfeld, he'll know.
Yeah,
He'll tell you.
And there was a thing I remember on CNN that a fleet of a squadron of Iraqi jets had taken off.
Yeah.
And that they were going to hit Egypt. And then I saw on the news on some map, they just turned around and went to Syria and landed and asked for college education. That was the end of it. That was the end of the Iraqi Air Force.
The whole Air Force just left.
And they must have gone from, yes, sir, absolutely, we are going to get every one of them. Once they were in the air, they were like, woo.
Yeah. Let's turn this thing around.
Let's go to Morocco.
Fuck this. They're going to kill us.
They just landed.
They get our asses handed to us.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But they're going to get Libya, right? The people will get Libya eventually.
I don't know. No one's
This is
really
going to be a tough one.
This guy ain't going down. Gaddafi isn't.
but
but he has nobody. I mean, that's like
people are leaving him.
Where does power come from?
Yeah, but he's still got enough people shooting at civilians.
Yeah,
unarmed civilians.
He has a lot of money. He probably has a lot of actually like gold bars.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to him giving some pilot a gold bar
to just drop fucking napalm on his people. Because he still has enough of that. He's got enough money and enough power.
Well, these guys, the leaders, that's their lives are so weird because they don't care literally about their countries. They just are. No. They're like royalty. They're like old European royalty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't
just
care.
People that live in the palace, and they just eat shit and they make deals with other people.
It must
sap the country's resources, and so the look on his face is like, I don't understand why I'm being asked to defend this. This is just, I'm a despot. What part of that do you not understand?
This is what it is.
I stay till I'm dead. When did this not start not happening?
And then my kid takes over. That's how it works.
Exactly. My kid takes over. He's worse because he was raised. At least I fought to get here.
Yeah, he was raised in that.
After me, he's going to be a kid who was raised in this decrepit, fucked up environment, who's never seen a poor people except for the ones we eat.
Yeah. Always had complete impunity.
Yeah, now it's his turn.
He could just rape and pillage and kill without any consequence. And now he's in charge. Yeah,
amazing. That's the way the world.
I heard
run.
rivers of blood. When you hear them, whenever they mention rivers of blood will flow.
That's not good.
Not a good sign for the populace.
No.
This guy says Gaddafi has a house in Jersey. Brian in Philly.
Hey, good morning, Opie, Anthony, Louie.
Bob Gaddafi.
Danny, if you could help us out, I got to see if Gaddafi actually has a house in Jersey. Where's his house?
Too.
Inglewood, New Jersey, he owns a property. If you remember...
he pitched his tent in the backyard. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, when he was at the UN thing last year or the year before, he owns a property in Inglewood, New Jersey. And if things go really bad, he may end up, there. But
you think he'll end up there? Yeah, you think we'll take him in?
Are we going to see him at Jets games next year?
Yeah, he's going to be on the floor at MSG with some
Next to Spike
popcorn.
Lee.
Yeah,
There's Muammar Gaddafi.
talking to Woody Allen.
Just taking in the game.
With his weird little beard. Just sitting next to...
Former murderous dictator Muammar Gaddafi taking in the game. Look at him, big fan, big Knicks fan.
Giving a peace sign for the Jumbotron. What's up?
Yeah.
5 people. Woo!
Yeah. Wearing a Jersey Shore fucking shirt.
This guy used to live next to a Gaddafi or what? His son or something.
That was your neighbor Gaddafi.
Well, all these guys have huge families. Like the guy in Egypt, they're the whole thing. And also, by the way, the leader of Afghanistan that we support, they have big families. The whole thing is these clans.
Yeah.
And whoever gets in charge just they plug in like fucking ticks and they start sucking the blood of the economies and giving all the money to their
people.
To their people.
Not their people, but
to their
family,
clan.
Yeah.
And then
everybody who's a Gaddafi is fucking rich. And then in Libya, meanwhile, Libya's getting grayer and less
like a tick.
Fruitful, yeah.
Like what a tick does. And the women are just constantly pregnant, I would assume.
Yeah, they just you keep growing and you send people out into the world and, it's fucked up.
It really is. And to have such a resource, that they have so much fucking oil, Libya, and to have that much money coming in, and the people are just impoverished.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Well, a lot of, and even on every level. Like I once talked to a homeless guy in Union Square or wherever it was, somewhere in New York. I smoked some marijuana, which I'm not good at. Like I have to get away from people when I get high.
Really?
I was with some comedians and it was Doug Benson, who's a famous pot smoker, and he gave me some pot, and I was like, okay, well, I'll see you later because I can't be around
I can't
anybody.
smoke this with you.
So I was really high on 14th Street, just standing there, and some guy says, can you give me $1? What is this guy? Weird looking, interesting guy. And I gave him $100 so that he would talk to me. I just didn't want him to ask. It was a big crowded area, and he could have been doing better.
Yeah.
So anyway, I asked him about his life, and he told me he's from Pakistan, and he told me his whole life that his father sold him to his uncle when he was like 12 years old, and he was moved to Queens, where he worked in a gas station, and he lived in a basement room of a gas station in Queens.
The basement of a gas station.
And he would just be brought upstairs, and he worked like 17-hour shifts. He just worked until he would fall down, and then they'd go down in the basement, and they'd put a little food in him. And he said he did that for something like 13 years.
God!
And then when he was
a slave,
when he became too old to, once he became not a minor, you can't, then he becomes capable of
filing
suing
charges
them,
and things
charges,
like that, right?
So they just toss him out.
Oh,
he said, then I didn't even have the gas station job, and then so he had a few jobs, and now he's homeless. But that's what, it was a family business thing.
Yeah. And then they throw you out. Wow.
Then you're out on your ass.
Brutal.
Let's go to Michael, who lived next to one of the Gaddafis. Michael, what's the story?
Good morning, guys.
Morning. Louis C.K., by the way, in studio.
Louis, love your work.
Thank you.
Anyway, when I lived in Vienna, Austria in the late 90s, I was in high school over there. And one of his sons, and Louis is 100% right, he's got like 20 brothers and shit. So he's over there and he's studying in university. And you'd think like a dictator's son would kind of have that same mentality. This guy's a complete fucking stoner. Smokes pot constantly. And he would run around and do all this crazy shit around the neighborhood. But even though he was studying over there, he still had diplomatic immunity. His dad sent him over there as, quote, a diplomat. So he used to do all these crazy shit, throw parties. He tried getting a tiger to live in his backyard for a while. It was just
they love that
really,
shit.
really,
Well, and the thing is, that's what his father is.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not, dictators are not shrewd and, really smart. Hitler was like the other thing. These guys are like Gaddafi's one of 40 sons or whoever his father was. And he was the one who got the gig.
Yeah,
but he's
the Libya
fucking
gig.
wasted all the time. I'm pretty sure Gaddafi is on drugs.
Just fucked up. He looked
all the time.
He looked so fucked up when he was
he
giving those
comes
speeches.
too much. Like he just came on a teenager's
Dehydrated.
face for the 50th time that day. When we saw him with the umbrella,
Yeah.
he was covered in whatever fucking tiger cum, and he fucking just had jizzed in some way that makes you not want to be in public so much.
Look at him with his umbrella.
Smoked tons of pot. Probably did all that kind of drugs like in Last Lieutenant, whatever that shit that was that he did that made him look so fucking
Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah, in Bad Lieutenant in the morning, how bad he looked in the mornings, like that kind of drugs, those crystal meth drugs that really fuck you up,
Completely fuck you up.
And he's doing weird. He shat in some fucking guy's mouth while he came on his mother's
and then
face.
Killed everybody that he was involved with
in
that
a couple
day.
hours. And and then he woke up and was told, "You're getting thrown." What?
Get me my umbrella.
I
gotta talk to these people. Right?
I'm talking.
talking.
Get me my umbrella.
So, did Michael? You have a point to your call, there, Mike?
What the hell are you talking about?
His son was blah blah school.
Yeah, his son was just kind of eccentric. He was kind of a cool guy.
Cool guy. There you go.
Hang out with. And, he got to do shit.
Well, that diplomatic immunity is pretty great.
Yeah.
Unless you're in, Afghanistan? Is that where that guy is?
But supposedly some of the Bin Ladens are cool people, so...
Hey, possibly. I mean, he was a great guy to hang out with. Fucking looked like some 90s grunge flannel shirts and the long hair and all that stupid shit. So, I don't know.
And he was a
Thought it might
Gaddafi.
Is that weird?
It's pretty odd.
No, I mean, Osama Bin Laden, he's got you know,
he's got family that was
he's got
living
family
here.
that were living and going to school in Boston. And, and we got calls back then. Oh, man, I knew that guy. He was cool. He had to leave school very quickly.
Yeah.
You got to have, like, you know, the bad guy in your family.
I guess. It's weird, though.
Oh, is that, who is that? Bin Laden's what? Niece? Yeah, she was trying to get a modeling career going.
Yeah.
Kind of, you know, I think people are a little put off.
Yeah, it's really
It's kind of hard to really...
tough to hire for a modeling gig. I don't care how hot you think she is.
You're just like, hey.
Who's going to be the brave guy to do that?
Ginger Bin Laden. It's not really a...
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, but, you know, yeah, she's the niece of the guy, you know, the Towers. And, well.
that tower thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if we really want to make her represent our new fashion line that's coming out.
Right. Well, look, Louis got a sandwich in front of him. Why don't we take a quick break?
Fine by me.